Hey guys, it's Breezy the 7 Plug, and you're plugged in with Breezy the 7 Plug. Thank you for being here, and listen, I got some breezy views for you today. So, I'm sitting here making my son a sandwich because after I pick him up from school, we're going to the barbershop. So, before I get into my little rant, let me do my promo. Not getting paid for it, but just trying to support Black businesses. Now, we have a young Black man named Bebe the Barber, and he owns 2 barbershops in Georgia. One is in Marietta, and I think the other one is in Ackworth or something. But look him up, Blessed Up Barbershop. That's where my son is always going to go from now on. Because I'm a single mom, and now we're getting back to Breezy views. I'm a single mom, and when you take your son to the barbershop, I'm just talking about my views, and single moms, I'm sure y'all can relate if y'all got boys. But my main problem with going to barbershops was the barber always tried to talk to me. And not like a subtle talk. Not all my barbers, because if you was my son's barber before and that didn't happen, not all my barbers, but most of my son's barbers. And I don't eat meat. I got to get my son to stop eating meat too. But I don't eat meat, but if ain't nobody going to jump on a train with me, I'll make you some meat, you know. But anyway. I always deal with, or I usually deal with the barber trying to talk to me in a uncomfortable way that makes me not want to come back. Or every time I do come back, it's like, here we go again with this. It's like, if you don't get the hint, leave me alone, okay? If I'm not showing no interest, let my son get his hair cut. We don't have nothing to talk about. I don't know you, you don't know me. I'm just coming here to get my son a haircut. But it's sad because most people who see kids or boys without their dad, they automatically use the woman as a target. And that's annoying. However, let me tell you the issue, ladies. If you got a son and you taking him to the barber, listen to what the barber is saying to your son. Because in my recent experience, what really pisses me off is, and the reason I'm going back to Baby, I should have never stopped going to Baby, but he's just a little far from where I live. But his service is A1, haircuts be fresh, quality customer service. It smells good in his shop. It looks good in his shop. Nobody has ever tried to hit on me or make me feel uncomfortable in that shop. So if you got a son and you going through the same issues I'm going to, even though Bebe, Blessed Up Barbershop, he got 2 of them. They might be a little far, but it's worth it. If you only going to do that once every 2 weeks or, you know, whatever, it's worth it. So in the last barbershop, I went to this new barber because I recently moved into a new house, and the new barber was right around the corner. So I'm like, shoot, let me see what's up with them. So I ain't gonna be too long on it, but long story short, the 3rd time I went to that barber, I felt kind of weird the first and the second time. But God put it in my spirit. Don't ever go back to this man ever, ever, ever again. So y'all, single moms, please watch out for y'all sons, because it's not just daughters that try to get taken advantage of. These perverts are trying to take advantage of all of our children, little boys and little girls. So don't think just because you at the barbershop, don't leave your son there. Stay there with your son, especially if he's young. My son is 7, so. But anyway, I'm far, you know how the barber seat's probably over here and then the sitting area is over there. So my son, he not grown, but he's independent. So I don't have to stand with him. He's good. He know how to get his hair cut. This barber gonna say, I want to be your friend. First of all, why you a grown man trying to be my child's friend? And when he said friend, it ain't no good way, because he talking about going to Chuck E. Cheese with my child. He talking about going and playing ball, and he don't like being friend because my son is smart. Why you can't be a grown-up's friend? Why you want to be my friend? I don't even go to Chuck E. Cheese. What you doing at Chuck E. Cheese? But he didn't expect my son to be that hip to the game. But I teach my son, men is not your friends. Grown-ups are not friends with kids. And that's something that we need to teach her. Stay out of grown folk business. Don't interject in grown folks' conversation. You stay in a child's place. When people used to tell me that, I didn't understand. But when you step in that grown people's space, they treating you like a grown person. And they gonna do to you what they would do to any grown person and swindle. So I gotta protect mine. That's why I had to make this little video just for any single moms out there who I know it's hard, but it don't matter how hard it is. We got babies to take care of. And we have to be looking for those predators that's trying to get our babies. But he was just a weird dude. The second time he tried to use my son to get my information. Oh, what's your mom's birthday? Act like he was trying to talk to me. So I'm like, all right. Then the next time you trying to build a relationship with my child, with my son. Oh no, we out of here and we never going back. The problem is, if you are a single mom and you have a son and they go into the barber, they can, because they don't have their dad in their life or don't see their dad as much or whatever your situation is, they'll look up to that barber. So now what if they've been going to the barber for a couple years and now they see the barber or not even a couple years, it could take 2 times seeing that barber. Now they think the barber is really their friend. Now your son see this barber and you not there and he's so comfortable with him because that's his barber. If you a single mom, don't push no man on your children because these men are perverts. Not all of them, but why would you risk it? Your child is supposed to be your most special prized possession. Not to make you no money, but you lay down and had that baby, so it's your job to take care of that baby until that baby can take care of themselves. So if you know that this world is wicked, and you know that these predators is out here lurking, and they want little girls and little boys, not just one, but they want both of them. And the real pervs, they ain't looking at your daughters. They looking at your sons, if you didn't know. So you keep trying to make your sons look all cute and flamboyant. No, make sure your son is mentally strong, especially if he don't have his dad in his life. Us as women, we can't be dads. We can only be moms. And if we don't have the dads in their life, we have to be tough moms. But we can never be a dad. So just warn your sons, especially your sons and your daughters too. If they don't have their dad in their life, and even if they do, but hopefully their dad is teaching them this, but warn them. It's me and you. We a team. When we go outside of this house, we don't do that with people that we kind of know, halfway know. These babies, they are so innocent, and they do not know that there is harm in this world. If I wasn't there, because my mind, I had to go to the beauty store. So I'm like, let me go to the beauty store but God told me, sit right here. Don't you go nowhere. So, and I see a little kid sitting there by themselves, and I just thought, like, that could have been him. What if I wasn't there, and he was talking to my child about Chuck E. Cheese? And my child just was like, oh, he thought Chuck E. Cheese was the best thing in the world. And now he idolizing this man who really just want to molest him. That's what I believe. If you want to be a friend with a child, it's because you know that no adult is going to put up with the BS that you about to put on that child. So right now, I got to say a prayer for all the children in the world out there who don't have the guidance, who don't have somebody to talk to them like I'm trying to talk to my son. I pray for them. I really do. And I pray that God puts special healings and special protection on top of them, because some of them have already been hurt, and a lot of those kids turn into the people who's hurting. So I pray that any child out there, especially if you're hearing my voice, but if you've ever been hurt, turn to God. Don't turn to hurting people. It's never going to make you feel better. But we got to protect our children, y'all. We got to make sure these neighbors, they ain't neighbors no more. They pedophiles and they predators, and you'll never know until you know. I'm not going to wait for my son to be a victim to make this message. Public service announcement. Hide your kids. Watch your kids. Everybody ain't safe. Every place ain't safe. Especially if you in the hood, watch your kids. Because it's going to be too late at the funeral. It's going to be too late after they already been molested. They'll never be the same again. We need our kids to have their innocence. They don't need to be out here 6, 7 years old thinking about sex. They need to have their innocence. They need to be thinking about Jesus. Think about God, but we ain't teaching them nothing. So I ain't about to go too far on this, but this is Breezy Views. And like I said, watch your kids. Don't let nobody else watch them. You watch them. They yours.